First of all, Neil, we'll just start with how the lads felt after the Carnegie game. I know they had such a long pre-season and obviously built the fitness up to probably maximum, but playing a game like that probably took it out of them a little bit.
It was nice to get out there, as you said. It's been a 15-week pre-season, so good to get out there. Look, I think Leeds will get stronger as they bring in some more dual reg players and some more players into their programme. But it was good for us to get out and actually put some of our bits and pieces onto the field and finally get a hit out with some contact. And I think if anyone saw the contact area, there were still some fairly big hits going in and some big collisions at the contact. So we were pleased we got through that, but I think we'll have a slightly sterner test this weekend down at the Rag.
Just quickly moving on to injuries, there was a couple that obviously come off against Leeds. How are the injuries shaping up in the squad?
Yeah, there's a few niggles, and there'll be there's a few changes to the team this week. Some of them planned and some of them on the back of a couple of those knocks. So look, they're progressing nicely. There's nothing, no long-term sort of bits and pieces, just really niggles.
7 changes to the squad that faced Leeds. Just talk us through that.
Yeah, so we wanted to give everyone some game time over these first 2 games, and we've got massive faith in the whole of the squad. So it's nice to be able to flip the props over and give them some game time. It's good to see James Connolly come back in. He was out he's coming back into the squad last week and bench, and it's nice to see him getting a start. A couple of changes in the backs where it's pleasing to see Harry Strong make a starting debut for us, and then Harry Graham comes in on the wing, who's trained fantastically well. So he's one of the NTU partnership boys. So he deserves his shot and has really been doing well at training. So it'd be exciting to see him go in a full game with the boys. In terms of the bench, Luke Cole comes back after a few niggles, so he's back in on the bench, and again it's great to see him back out there after having a few little issues at the back end of pre-season, but he's come through those well, and it's good to see him out there. And then we welcome in Cameron Jordan from Leicester Tigers, who's another one of the dual reg boys. So he's an England under 18, so he'll come in with us and be in our programme. And we said before, we've got a great relationship with Leicester Tigers and with Wasps, and hopefully we can help Cameron with his development, and again him help us out on the field. And then lastly, Tom Benjamin comes in on the to start at fullback. Real exciting player. Really ripped it up in the Buck Super Rugby for Cardiff Met for the last 3 years, and was one of our academy boys before that. So it's really pleasing to see him in the squad, coming through from that academy pathway and then through Super Rugby.
Obviously, in the absence of Tom Holmes, Murray took the captaincy against Leeds. Luke Peters takes it against Scottish.
Yeah, it's good to see. Luke's part of our leadership group, so he's well connected with Tom and with Murray, and is obviously we're looking to see how he leads the team and what he can bring as a skipper.
London Scottish then. I know we spoke after the game against Leeds, and you're expecting quite a tough test down there.
Yeah, absolutely. They had a good win against Pirates at the Athletic Ground last week, so we're expecting them to be a decent side. They've got some good power in their back row, and Mark Bright is a player that's been a talisman for them for a good few years now. So he's a decent player. And they're dangerous in the back three. They've always got some good runners out in those wide channels. So they've got an all-court game. So we need to be right on our money to make sure we keep our preparations going the way we want to.